All right, pay raise. Now, this is a little, actually, we did a mega session last week. It was awesome. It was a couple hours. I talked at length about why this is so important right now and how the evolution of how we got to today with wage inflation and what this has done to basically put a disparity between individuals who are job seeking and new hires, let's say the last 9 months. If you've been hired into your new job in the last 9 months, probably pretty good. And if you've been with your organization longer than that, there is a possibility, dare I say probability, that you are likely getting paid less than somebody who more recently came into your organization. And to make matters even worse, that person who came in probably has less experience than you do, or at a minimum, they have less experience than you do at that company. And you're probably earning less. So we want you to make sure that your employer right sizes your pay. But regardless, I gave you a wonderful formula, how to go through it, what to collect, what to say, and all that good stuff, because I showed you a portion of a lesson out of my leadership coaching program. That live stream, unfortunately, is no longer available, but that's okay, because today I'm going to touch on a few things just conceptually. So if you saw it and you want a little reminder, or if you didn't see it at all, you can do one of a couple things. You can just take what I'm going to give you right now, or you can jump into my leadership coaching program and watch all the lesson as well as all the case studies, which I didn't even show you on my live show last week. All right, so there are 3 things I want you to consider that I want to touch on today. When you're asking for a pay raise, I want you to think about your accomplishments, and remember, your pay raise is about the future and what you're going to do. It is not related to past performance. Yes, of course, past performance is an indication to your employer whether you're a good bet or not. But the rate at which they're going to pay you going forward should be, for them, based on the value you're going to contribute in what? The future. How do you settle up in arrears? It's called a bonus, or it's called a spiff, or it's here's an extra check for being awesome and thank you for all those projects. All right, so now, accomplishments, estimated future value going forward. And then the juxtaposition, I talked about this, about what it would be like to actually pay for a new resource to replace you. So let's talk about these a little bit. All right, accomplishments. What do I want you to collect? I want you to collect your key accomplishments. Guess what? If you have the Career Achievements Journal, this is going to be damn easy. All right, and you're going to be able to think it through, and do not rely or expect your boss, your management team, your teammates, your children, or anybody to actually remember what you accomplished. Don't. They're busy. They got their own things they're worried about accomplishing. They're not paying attention to you, what happened as a result of what you did, or the ripple effects that will occur as a result of what you did. You need to bring that to the surface. What were the immediate benefits? We put the system in, and all of a sudden our call center call times went down by 50%, and our customer sat rates month over month went up by 10% every month since this was put in. Okay, those are immediate, right? Extended benefits. Was there anything else that occurred as a result of the immediate benefits? Those come in 2 forms. Well, in addition to the call times going down and customer sat scores going up, guess what else we got? We had more time to spend on the phone, selling more stuff to our existing customers who love us, even though something was broken and we fixed it. And then we sold them something else, or we sold them a new plan or whatever. So that led into additional benefits. Or guess what? Going forward now, this is going to be really great because next year we don't have to spend any money. The call times are still going to stay down and you're still going to get the benefits going forward. Those are extended benefits. Think about all these. You need these to show value, okay? And the extended benefits it's kind of like paying you commissions on something you sold last year for this year. All right, and then you got to go into estimated future value. What do I mean by this? This is what you get paid for. This is what the raise should cover, okay? So, current trajectory. If I just kept doing what I'm doing, I can do it faster. I can do it faster and I could do more, which means less money, more money, or whatever, okay? Right? Because it's a year later. You should be a year faster. You should be incrementally better. Okay, there's an argument to be made there. I deserve more money if I'm going to help you accomplish more, even if I'm still doing the same thing. New responsibilities. Maybe I'm a project manager. I'm still a project manager, but now I have additional responsibility, or I was a team leader, now I'm a project manager, now I'm a portfolio manager or a program manager or whatever. So I'm going up the chain, or I'm still the managing director, just a general term, but I was only managing half the US, now I'm managing all of the US. More responsibilities or new initiatives. I'm a project manager, and I'm still a project manager, and I didn't get a title change or anything, but the project you have me working on is so much more visible because you trust me, and I've built all this capital and clout with everybody on the 37th floor who loves me, right? Kind of thing, and they all trust me. So you're now giving me bigger and more visible projects. I'm the salesperson. What was the example I used? The mid-market salesperson who now has new initiatives, maybe taking on larger clients, something like that. So you need to collect this because this needs to be part of your discussion. And then the last thing is the juxtaposition. And this is, well, if I wasn't here, what would it cost you to replace me? Now, you believe me, you can flower this up in a very nice manner. You're just asking them to consider this from a frame of reference standpoint. How much would that cost you in learning curve time? How much would that cost you in money? Is there additional expenses because you got to recruit? Do you have to pay for a recruiter to do that and get somebody to replace me? Does the corporate recruiter actually have to stop what they're doing over there to spend more time to replace me? Oh, there's nobody else in the company? Oh, there's somebody else in the company that can replace me? Great. Who's going to replace them? Kind of thing. So are there additional expenses from a recruitment standpoint? And then kind of what I just alluded to before, the relationship capital. Hey, everybody knows me, man. Everybody loves me because I deliver all the time. And what happens? Guess what? All y'all, get this expression down. Trust is not transferable. It isn't. Right. Oh, you referred somebody? They're not you. Okay. It doesn't make any difference. Right. I know employee referrals, that's kind of trust and transferring to the new person. Well, if I disappeared, right, or if I just grabbed somebody off the street and said, hey, thanks for buying my program, I'm going to give you to so-and-so. No, trust is not transferable. Why do you think I don't train people to coach you from my standpoint? Right? Same kind of thing for you, right? Clout, capital, trust. All right, so I want you to think about all of these things. So just to kind of recap it, what were the accomplishments, the benefits, the extended benefits? What is the future value you're going to contribute? You got to make these arguments. You want more pay. Right? What are you going to be contributing in the future? And then what's the juxtaposition? Then consider it from another angle. You pay me 100. What would it cost you? I showed you last week if you were here, right? I gave you the data, right? And I talked about how a median IT manager that's a job stayer earns $116K on average, median really, right? Midpoint. And then, but what does a company have to pay, right? Labor IQ did the data, 139, right? If you were going to replace me, why are you giving me a 5K raise when you'd have to pay 139K kind of thing? And maybe a recruitment fee on top of that kind of stuff. So just make sure that you're doing that. And okay, so I'm going to wrap that up. So those are my hot topics. Make sure you're keeping an eye on the trends and the signals. Make sure if you are job searching and you're transitioning to a new employer, you're asking the right questions. 3, make sure if you are at a current company, whether it's a new company or whether you've been there for a while, make sure you're doing the right things to build your skills and become indispensable. And the other thing is make sure you're right-sizing your pay by considering these things.